morning, I'm Sherm Morgan. This is your MERGS briefing. MERGS is an acronym that stands for Morgan Extended Run Generator System. And what it does is it allows your Power Horse or Predator or SUA generator to run 6 times longer than it would on just the internal fuel. We do that by connecting this 20 liter, which is about 5.3 gallon external tank, to the generator to get that extra run time. Now the entire system comes in a box like this, custom-made box. It's small, lightweight, easy to store. So you can store it in your garage, have it handy for when you're ready to use it. The biggest component that comes out of the box is, of course, this high-density polyethylene military-grade fuel container. The reason I call it a military-grade fuel container is because the Canadian military traded in all of their old metal gas cans when these gas cans became available to them. So this container only has one opening in it. That opening is protected by a flame mitigation device. So this container is fully compatible with the Portable Fuel Container Safety Act of 2020. Since this is our only opening, this is where we put our high quality brass and stainless steel tethered cap vent. This is mounted in a high quality gasket material that's impervious to gasoline and ethanol. We have the cap is tethered so that we won't lose that, and that vent should be open anytime that the tank is connected to the generator, especially if the generator is running, because that's where the system gets its vent. You'll notice in the bottom of the tank is our marine grade non-spray fuel connector. This fuel connector is the magic of these things is that they're only open when the both halves of the connector are connected. So as it is right now, I can take this fuel container to the gas station, fill it up with gas, and take it to the work site, and nothing will come out of this fuel connector until the fuel line is fully inserted into the connector, and that opens it up and allows it to come out. You'll notice then we have a solid brass barbed fuel fitting. We give you 4 feet of high quality fuel line. For most people that'll be too much, but it doesn't hurt. If there's a loop in the fuel line, it doesn't hurt as long as the fuel tank is mounted higher than the generator. The gravity is going to do its thing. But I know some of you are going to want to mount your generators inside quiet boxes. You'll see lots of examples for that on YouTube and such. And if you do, of course, you'll mount your external tank right on top of your quiet box, in which case you'll only need a few inches of fuel line. It's easy enough to undo this stainless steel clamp, slide that down to the length you want it, retrim your fuel line, reinsert the brass coupling, and retighten the stainless steel clamp, and you're right back in business. By the way, everything comes completely ready to go right out of the box. There's no fabrication required on your part. All you have to do is put fuel in the fuel tank, replace the fuel cap on the generator, and plug the fuel line in, and it's ready to go. At the end of our 4 feet of fuel line, you'll notice that we have our patented MERGS fuel cap. I've got one right here. On the top of it is the threaded half of the non-spray fuel connector. But what's kind of magic about it is inside you'll see there's a hollow tube. This hollow tube performs 3 functions for us. One of them is that's the avenue by which the fuel gets into the internal tank to replenish the fuel that's been burned by the generator. The second thing is that this is the avenue for the vent that goes back up through the top of the tank and vents through the top of the tank. And the third thing that this hollow tube does is it serves as our mounting bracket for our gasket disc. When we first started, we were trying to use an O-ring type gasket, kind of like what you'd see on a garden hose. And we found that sometimes when we tightened that down on top of a filler neck, the O-ring would distort. It would go into the grooves inside the threads, and we wouldn't get a good seal. So when we went to the gas disc that fits snugly over that center hole, that center tube, now we get a good solid connection every time on top of our filler neck. By the way, you'll want to hang on to your original fuel cap in case you ever want to use your generator without the extra 20 liters of fuel. The original cap has the built-in vent, and the MERGS cap does not. It looks for its vent back up here through the top of the tank. So make sure you hang on to your original fuel cap so that you've got that in case you want to use the generator in a standalone mode. Now's a good time to mention that the generator operating in its standalone mode came complete with a set of notes, warnings, and cautions, and all of those notes, warnings, and cautions are still certainly applicable. That's what we address with our decal here on the front, which reminds us that the tank has to be mounted higher than the generator, the vent has to be open, and of course we're always especially concerned about carbon monoxide poisoning with these generators. It's odorless, tasteless, invisible, and deadly poison. So always make sure you only operate your generator outside in a well-ventilated area. The next question that always comes up is how long will it run? The generator manufacturers say that running at about 25% of the maximum rated capacity of the generators burn about a pint an hour. So you've got pints inside the generator and another 43 pints out here. Well, that's more than 50 hours of runtime using those statistics. When we did our original test with our new caps, we ran 2 of the PowerHorse 2000 generators at just under 50% constant load. We ran them for over 25 hours and we still had more than half of the fuel left in the external tank. So there are 3 generators currently that are compatible with the Merck system, and that's because they're the ones that our fuel caps will fit down snugly over and give us a fuel type seal. The first one is the generator that you're looking at here. This is the PowerHorse 2000 generator that's sold by Northern Tool. Northern Tool has a new generator out on the market. It's the 2300i. You'll notice that it has metal threads on its filler cap, and our system is not compatible with that generator yet. So we're only compatible with the older model, the 2000, which there are hundreds of thousands of those out on the market. Now we're also compatible with the Predator 2000, which is currently sold by Harbor Freight. So the generator cap works terrific on that generator. And Sam's Club also sells a generator called the SUA 2300i, and our fuel caps and systems are fully compatible with those. Our systems are not compatible with the Honda systems, and those Honda external tank systems are not compatible with the Merck's compatible generators. Well, that's about it for the briefing. If you want to order a system, we only distribute through Amazon, that Fulfilled by Amazon system used by the Amazon folks. There's a link on the mergsllc.com website, which you can also get to by typing Morgan Extended Run Generator System LLC to get to the same website. If you have any questions, you can email us at info@mergsllc.com. Thank you very much for watching. That completes the briefing. Just a quick note, we do include this yellow spout just in case you need to use it to get the fuel out of your fuel tank, in case you don't burn it all and you want to pour it into another fuel container. We do provide you with the yellow spout to be able to help you out with that.